Welcome to A Simple Life. Today, well, is another hot sunny day. And when it's a hot sunny day, it always seems like that's the day for us to move the cattle, right boys?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a busy day. We just got done making pig feed. Now we're gonna go move the cattle. It's like an endless number of things that need to be done. So right now we are going to set up our line so we can take the cows from the other pasture down there all the way down here and into here, and they're gonna go to the very back end of this field. I know, it looks like it's forever away, but it's not. It's just right over there. About a quarter mile or so. Maybe a little less than a quarter mile. All right, well, we're gonna get this set up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna attach a line here, and then we're gonna put posts all the way down the road to our neighbor who has some fencing already up. And then we just basically just run the wire to there. And then we just push the cattle all the way up the road. Usually somebody stays here with a pickup truck or something like that blocking the road. Just enough of a barrier between that and the gate for the cows just to naturally go in. Now we've been doing this enough time, the cows pretty much kind of know what's going on now. They still try to grab a bite to eat from here or there. For the most part, they pretty much know what's going on. So it should be pretty easy. And yeah, all right. The cows always like to go through this field. If I try to get them to go down this road, they like panic. They don't like that at all. So we're gonna have them go through this field. It'll make it a lot easier on them, and it'll make it easier on me because then I know that they're gonna do exactly what I want. All right, we got a couple out and the rest are in. All right, this will be. All right, a few more out. Come on, chubbies. Get your big old beefcakes moving. There you go. Kind of wish I had Colette here, but she's at a rodeo event. Keep your chubtastics moving. They do this every time over to the right. I don't mind them going to the right. There's no way out, so it's okay. Let's go, come on! They'll slow down on the road because they don't like it on their hooves. Let's go, come on, let's go. He really doesn't like the gravel, I know that, so that's why I'm not pushing him too hard. I know he hates the gravel. He'll be fine up here once I can get him off the road up here on the right-hand side. He'll like it a lot more. See, he's happier now. This is the area the cows are gonna be in. It doesn't look great. Well, but it's forage, okay? This is the first year that we've done the practice the way we've done it. And I think next year I'm gonna get the cows out of here earlier. And the reason for getting them out of here earlier is they end up taking a little bit more of the spring flush off than I wanted. And it's unfortunate because it means that the grass got stunted a little earlier and didn't get quite as much ground cover. So we're still dealing with a little bit of the ground being dried out by the sun. This field, I should say the top end of this field, the area of the field like right here over on top of that hill, this area dries out a little quicker than the rest of the bottomland. If I want to keep this moist, I need to let the grass get taller in here so that as we get into summer, the cows can come through, but there's still plenty of ground cover to protect the ground from the sun. And you can see there's definitely areas that had plenty of fertilizer that did that. They're still shading out the sun, they're doing a good job. But then you have areas around them that are not. It's just part of me kind of building this pasture back up. It's gonna take a couple years. The portion that they're gonna be grazing right now is gonna be from about me to the blackberries and down from over there all the way to the highway. And then we're gonna start strip graze them through. As they start getting into the bottomland, they're gonna get way more feed. It's gonna be a large amount of feed. So they're gonna be really happy. So I just came down to help the boys load up the watering tanks, and to my surprise, they have all except for one already loaded up. So I don't know why I'm here. Why am I here?
Help us with the last one? No, to watch us.
I think that's exactly it. The boys are gonna go get water and they're gonna come back out. I'm gonna go inspect to make sure the fencing's all done right. I don't think it's not, I'm just inspecting. See, the little cows can always get underneath. It's the big cows that can't. And that's okay. Let's make sure everybody's here. We got 2 white-headed calves, yep. Oh, you're so stinking cute. And we got the youngest, that's the youngest right there. The little black one. And that's the little heifer, calf heifer, and that's the little calf heifer from last year. She's a little over a year old. She hasn't shed it out. You can tell she's a little on the hot side. This one hasn't shed it out either. So, but I'm not surprised. We've been having, I mean, it was last week we had a fire one night. So a couple nights actually we had a fire. So did Herman. It's been cold enough to need a fire a few nights in a row. So I'm not surprised these guys still have a coat on. Next week is supposed to be 90. I expect everybody to be slicked off by next week. But this will be a good little pasture for these guys. It's rich on either end and kind of lean in the middle. The middle bit is a little lean on this field. But over time, it'll be a better and better pasture for us. So the curious case of the leaking pipe has gotten more interesting. I'll explain why. Yesterday, the boys said it was leaking like crazy here, like coming up like a spring from underground. Okay, fine, I understand. The T is down here underneath ground, and I assumed there's a good chance that when I went through here with the dump truck loaded, it was probably about 30,000 pounds yesterday. I figured maybe I busted the T in the middle. Okay, fine. So I came over here, right here, and I dug this up just now because this is halfway between where it was leaking and the T. Found the pipe. Okay, cool. Found the pipe. So turn the water on, and it's leaking here. It's not leaking back here, which means I was thinking the water was being pushed along the pipe. That's not what's happening. Somewhere in here, something got in here and put a hole in my pipe. The boys just came up to help me. They got done watering the cows, right?
Yes.
I'll tell you, with boys like this, you can do anything. They are darn good workers. All right, let's see where this water is. Clay's turning it on right now. It's probably gonna spray all over me. Let me get out of the way. Right where I think it's, yep, there it is. It's cleaning it for me. All right, turn it off, buddy. Here's why I think I broke it with the dump truck. See that board right there? That board was leaning right on this. And I think there was enough of a gap underneath of it that yesterday when I came through with that dump truck with 30-some thousand pounds of weight, I wasn't all the way over here. But I think just the movement of it probably put enough pressure on it to snap this. I think that's what happened. I think there was just enough play in here. This is going uphill right here. There's just enough play. I think it just snapped it. We're gonna get this patched up and then I'll show you what it looks like. At least now we know why our water was leaking everywhere, and it was all Clint's fault. So I'm gonna have to ground him for the next 6 years. Okay.
You don't ground me.
I don't ground you, that's right, because we don't go anywhere, do we? No. You can't ground farm kids. Where do they go? To the farm? You guys are buggers. All right, let's get this done. So we got it fixed. I think we put a patch right here. We patched this, And then I use these really nice hose clamps. These are really, really nice heavy duty hose clamps. I like them a lot better than the cheap ones. And then I put another one right here. I use those even though technically you don't need to. They're stainless steel, they're super heavy duty, and I've never had a problem with them. So we'll give it a try right now and see what happens. Now let it rip, Clint. All right, this time I'm gonna make sure there's no boards laying on top of it, and I don't even know how that board got in here. I don't remember putting it in here. I typically wouldn't have put a board in with the gravel, except for I remember who was burying this, and I think the person who was burying it wasn't paying attention, so I'm gonna blame Clint for this. That's what's gonna happen. So this is Clint's fault. The end of that board correlated right with that break, so I think that's the culprit. Thank you guys so much for joining us today on A Simple Life. We love the fact that you are interested in our adventure and that you spend time with us. Thank you so much.